Iron. If League of Legends is a mountain, this is the ground floor. The rank where every journey begins and where some players never leave. Iron was actually added later, in 2019, carved out below Bronze to make room for the true beginners. And that's mostly who you'll find here. Brand new players still learning what every button does. People who just installed the game. And a few veterans having the worst week of their lives. In Iron, the fundamentals are missing. Minions go unkilled, wards are a mystery, the whole team chases a single kill while the enemy quietly takes the map. Objectives. Dragon and Baron might as well be decorations. It's chaotic, it's messy. And honestly, it can be hilarious to watch. But here's the thing about Iron. Almost nobody actually belongs here. The gap between Iron and climbing out of it isn't mechanics or reaction time, it's the basics. Farm your minions. Ward the map. Stop chasing kills. Iron isn't a skill level, it's a starting line. Bronze. One rank up from the bottom, and the one nobody admits they're in. Ask a bronze player where they belong, and they'll tell you gold. Every single time. But bronze is real, and it's crowded. Here, the basics start to appear. Players kind of last hit minions. They kind of ward. They kind of understand objectives. The key word is kind of. Everything is inconsistent. One game they play beautifully. The next, they int the enemy Nashor at level 6. Bronze is the home of the famous excuse, Elo Hell. The idea that your teammates are dragging you down, trapping you forever. But here's the truth. Elo Hell isn't real. If you were truly better, you'd climb. The ranking system is huge and it always corrects itself over time. Bronze players lose because they blame the team instead of fixing their own mistakes. The ones who stop blaming and start improving climb out fast. The ones who don't stay right here, forever convinced they were meant for gold. Silver, the most famous rank in League. Not because it's good, because it's where almost everybody lives. Silver is the great middle, the swamp where a huge chunk of the player base gets completely stuck. On paper, these players know the game, they understand roles, they know what to build, they can explain, in perfect detail, exactly what their teammates did wrong. The problem? Consistency. A silver player will make one genius play, then immediately follow it with a baffling mistake. They win a fight, then throw the lead. They get ahead, then feed it all back. It's the rank of tilt, of typing in all chat, of surrendering at 15, of blaming the jungler for everything. Silver is where most players plateau, not because they can't improve, but because they've convinced themselves they already have. They watch pro play. They know the theory. But knowing what to do and actually doing it are two very different things. Silver isn't a skill wall, it's a mirror, and most players refuse to look into it. Gold. The rank most players are actually chasing. For years, gold was the magic number, the rank you needed to earn that season's exclusive Victorious skin. Reach gold, and you got proof that you were officially above average. And that reputation stuck. Gold is where the fundamentals finally come together. Players farm consistently, they ward the right spots. They understand when to group, when to split, and when to take an objective. It's not flawless. Gold players still misjudge fights. They still chase kills they shouldn't, they still lose games they should have won. But there's a real foundation here. This is the rank of the dedicated casual, someone who takes League seriously, plays most days, and genuinely wants to get better. Gold is respectable. It's the goal for millions of players. And for most of them, it's the ceiling, the highest they'll ever reach. And honestly, the rank they're happiest to stay in. Not the bottom, not the top, just solidly, proudly, above the crowd. Platinum, where the ego arrives. By the time a player hits platinum, they're genuinely good, above average, better than the vast majority of the player base. And they know it, maybe a little too well. Platinum is famous for one thing, overconfidence. This is the rank where players start believing they're basically pros. They flame their teammates like they're coaching from the LCS. They critique every decision. They're certain that they're Smurfs trapped in the wrong elo. But here's the catch. The gap between Platinum and the ranks above it is enormous. A real Diamond player would tear through a Platinum lobby. The mechanics in Plat are solid, but the decision-making still cracks under pressure. They outplay the laning phase, then lose the game to bad map awareness. Platinum is a strange place, why skilled enough to feel unstoppable, not skilled enough to actually be it. It's the rank where confidence finally outpaces ability. Emerald, the newest rank in League. For over a decade, the ladder was simple. Platinum, then straight to Diamond. But in 2023, Riot squeezed a brand new rank right in between them. Emerald. The reason was math. Too many players were piling up in Platinum, and Diamond was becoming a little too crowded with people who didn't quite belong. Emerald spread everyone out, and suddenly, the whole ladder shifted. Ranks people had held for years felt different. Overnight. Today, Emerald sits comfortably near the top of the player base, better than the overwhelming majority of everyone playing. These are strong players, clean mechanics, good macro, a real understanding of how the game is won. It's no longer casual territory. Reaching Emerald means you've genuinely put in the work. It's the rank that quietly redrew the map of competitive League, the new gatekeeper standing between the good players and the great ones. Diamond. The dream. For the vast majority of players, Diamond is the summit, the rank they grind for, stress over, and rarely ever reach. This is the top few percent of everyone who plays League of Legends. And it shows. Diamond players have serious mechanics, clean combos, precise trades, reactions that just feel faster. But mechanics aren't what sets them apart, it's the macro. They understand tempo, they know when a lane is winning before it happens. They read the map, track the jungler, and punish mistakes the moment they appear. A Diamond player in a lower lobby looks like they're from another game entirely. But here's the humbling part. Even at this level, they're still nowhere near the professional scene. The distance between Diamond and the actual best players in the world is still massive. Diamond is where good at League becomes genuinely great. It's the ceiling for almost everyone who ever picks up the game. And for most who reach it, the proudest rank of their lives. Master. Where the divisions disappear. Everywhere below this, the climb is broken into steps. 4 divisions per rank, little checkpoints to mark your progress. In Master, all of that vanishes. There are no divisions here, just a single, brutal number, your LP. Every win pushes you up, every loss drags you back down, and everyone around you is climbing just as hard. This is elite territory, the top fraction of a percent of the entire player base. Master lobbies are full of smurfs, grinders, and players with genuine ambitions of going pro. The mistakes that carried games in lower ranks simply don't exist here. One misstep, one bad recall, one overstayed fight, and the game is gone. Master is where League stops being a hobby. It becomes a grind, a second job, hundreds of games just to hold your spot. Because in Master, standing still means falling, and the players here never stop climbing, because just above them sits something even more exclusive. Grandmaster. The rank almost no one sees. Like Iron at the very bottom, Grandmaster was added in 2019, but for the opposite reason. Not to make room for beginners, but to separate the truly elite from the almost untouchable. It sits between Master and the very top, and only a few hundred players per region can hold it at once. Let that sink in. Out of millions of players, Grandmaster is a room with a couple hundred chairs. Everyone here is exceptional. Flawless fundamentals, insane mechanics. Game knowledge so deep it looks like they're predicting the future. Many of them are streamers. Some are aspiring pros. A few are current pros staying sharp on the ladder. At this level, there are no free wins. Every single game is a war against someone just as skilled as you are. Grandmaster is the final checkpoint, the last stop before the absolute peak of League of Legends. And that peak belongs to a group so small, so exclusive, that only the best of the best will ever touch it. Challenger. The top of the mountain. This is it, the highest rank League of Legends has to offer. There's nothing above this. And it's not just about skill, and it's about space. Challenger has a hard limit. Only around 200 to 300 players per region can hold the rank at any given time. That means the ladder is a knife fight. To climb into Challenger, someone else has to fall out. Every spot is contested. Every game matters. The competition is genuinely relentless. Who's here? The best players in the world. pro players, top streamers, future stars being scouted for teams. People who play League at a level most of us can't even follow when we watch it. Their decisions happen in fractions of a second. Their mechanics look inhuman. And their game sense borders on telepathy. Challenger isn't a rank you casually reach. It's a title earned by the tiny handful of people who are, quite literally, the best in the world at this game. From Iron to Challenger, this is the full ladder, and only a few hundred names ever stand at the very top. If any champion was built to sell skins, the community points here first. Released back in 2011, Ari arrived as the perfect package. A charming nine-tailed fox, an easy-to-love